Hello, welcome everyone. Today we will continue with queries. Create a query in design view. Automatically when we open a database, you will see that the database always open in a design view, and that design view you can check by seeing it in bottom left hand side. You will see it will be written design view. The design view gives you more control over a query. It allows you to create a query from the scratch. That means from the very beginning, you can make your own query. Follow the steps to create a query using query design option. Open the database and click on the create tab. First of all, you have to open the database and then you have to click on create tab. Select the query design button in the other group. In the group, you have to click on the query design. You will get the show table dialog box in at the bottom of your screen. So after that, you have to select the record source of your query. Where is your the record source? The original database, the original source of your query, either by selecting table, queries, or both tab. If there is a tab already a table been made, you have to then select a table where is the original source of that query. That means the original table of that query which you have written. Click on add button. If there will be a table, you have to select that table, and after that you have to click on add button, and that particular table will be added to your query. Then click on close button, and then you have to click on by adding after adding that particular table, you have to click on close button. Then that show table box will close. Query design window appears. Then a new window will appear, and that window will be query design window. The main query window is divided into two panes, top pane and bottom pane. Top pane display the table selected for query. In case of multiple tables, the field list are joined by a line. So when the query window appear, you will get two pane, top pane and the bottom pane. At the top of that pane, you will get the tables which you have selected for your query. For that query, you want, if you have written something in your query, the all those table which you have selected with that table will be shown at the top. And if there is more than one table, so it will be shown by a line. Like in a previous video we have seen in a practical that tables which are in a relationship is been connected with a single line. So similarly here also you will see that if there are multiple tables, they must be connected with a line, and that particular line will show you that those tables were in a some relationship. That means they are connected with each other. The bottom pane displays the design grid. Design grid. Now we will discuss the design grid. Field row of a design grid displays the selected field from the table. As we already know, field means the column. Column row design grid displays the selected field from the table. All the field which we have selected in our query, all the column will be will be seen in a field row. Table row display the name of the existing table. The table row will show us the name of the existing table on which we are working, on which table we have selected a query. Show row display a check mark. The field with check mark display the information when the query is being run. To hide the field during runtime, uncheck the check mark by clicking on it. A checkmark box will be there, and only on those fields in which the query is running the checkbox will be shown. You have to see that there will be a check on those particular rows. To hide the field to or during runtime, to hide all those fields on a runtime, you have to uncheck, but you will click on that particular check and it will be unchecked automatically. Sort property is used to filter the data either in ascending or descending order. It is optional. There is a sort property also. In sort property, as we have earlier also done sort property in by which we can arrange our data in ascending or descending order, means increasing order or in decreasing order. Criteria. Criteria property contains the condition. This is used to filter the record for the query output. Or property can be used to set multiple criteria in a query. In a single query, we can put the multiple criteria or a single criteria. Suppose if we want a data of of data which is less than 5, so only the data which is less than 5 means 1 2 3 4 or 0 will be shown. It depends upon us, the criteria which we want we can put there, we can write it there in that particular area, and the data will be sorted out according to that particular criteria, and we can give the multiple criteria also. Specifying simple criteria. Criteria is specified in the criteria row of the design grid. Specify the criteria value in the criteria row and data will be filtered accordingly in the query output. So in a criteria row in the design grid, we have to give the criteria, and that particular criteria will give us the filtered data according to the criteria which we have given to that particular query. Specifying multiple criteria. To specify multiple criteria in a query, follow the steps. Suppose you want to see the record of class 10th as well as class 12th. Move the cursor to the criteria and type the condition equal to 10 in a class column. The second condition equal to 12 in a row of the same column. Save the query and click on close button. Now run the query and observe the output. Now run the query and observe the output. So at that time you have to, if you want a multiple criteria, you have to write a single criteria and the second criteria in the same row. Suppose if there is an example, suppose if you want the record of class 10th and 12th, so you have to move the cursor to the criteria row. In that particular criteria row, you have to write down equal to 10. So all the data, means all the names which are in class 10th will be shown. And if you want class 12th as well, so in that particular row or in that particular field means column, in that particular column you can write the equals to equals 12. So at that same particular row all the data which are in class 12th will be shown.